Ah, hang on a moment, people. On a few oh my God, we're going quite quickly. Um, just waiting for a couple more platforms. Waiting, and we are good to go. Hey, everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today, we're doing is we've got some engine bay work. Sorry, I'm just that engine. Tell him. To do to get our link looking up to speed for the there's something that would account for why one of those engines is this right engine that we're supposed to be working on today is sitting much lower. That can't for the life of me fathom. There is one way I can check this, but this is what we're getting onto today. We are the screen's frozen. Andy, oh no, we're moving now. I think it's just the thing catching up. All right. However, before I can get onto any of that, first thing I need to do that. Now, further to which, get you viewing posse. Actually, I should have got the light on first. Brace your eyes. Light up. I have a bad feeling, now that I've looked at that and that, I've made a very rudimentary mistake. Can I fix it? We'll see. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Possibly. Yes. It is possible I've made a howling error. And that would certainly account for things. Far as the question would come, what the error would be if I am correct. General. See, that sits low where that doesn't sit high. Question I'm wondering. Whether I've actually got these together the wrong way. That's possible. Okay, then comes the question, can I get them apart and get them back together? Fortunately, possibly. Possibly. Then comes the reality, I've made a bit of a hammering on that, but because these are actually fairly, there we go. All right. Don't do it that easily on this one. Yeah. All right. Can I? Here comes the big, oh, no. They're really well glued. Did a good job of that. Was to try it, I'd need to. No? Well, don't shatter it apart. That's a good gluing bit there. Ah, success. All right. That, I reckon, is going to be our problem fixed. Now, the problem's going to be, I've got to try and identify. Now, first, the easiest option. Let's keep them quite separate. Now, next. This one. A lot more cooperative. Now, that would necessarily mean something. Check out. We're going to need to reglue. Not sure which side it goes on. Pieces. The other side is cooperative. Let us. Well, bit of a piece of butchery, I'll grant. It was all right the first time. That one. I have to beat it myself if that's what the problem was. Okay. That's okay. Easy fix. Well, we can go that far. Now, what we can, that doesn't mean we can't get a lot of the masking started. We certainly can. Certainly will. It just means that we can't really mask up. Actually, no, under them. I know what I'll do. Now, first thing. We're going to have to put the complete reconstruction. That's fine. I think what I did wrong, I misunderstood that necessarily. I think I thought they were going to be in a straight line, which wasn't. Pulls the shit off now. That's all okay. That's all good in the hood. All right. Now these ones. Quite happily get him out of the way for a moment. That all makes so much sense. Now that's a learning experience. This is the first time I've done. Well, it's my second 4-engine heavy. First one that has this much detail. Hence, Okay. Well, that is correct. Well, it's been a little while since I did that. Back. Yep. All right. Now I'll use the ultra thin. This found that very effective before. I need to shave. Completely irrelevant to anything to do with modelling, obviously. But I do need to shave. Getting the bit into let that bit. It doesn't take long being ultra thin. Just slides into the crevices and holes. Now, next thing, quickly check. Yep, no, that's fine. All I was checking was at what point I put that on, and yes, it is after the bits are assembled. Hopefully this one's very cooperative through so now that was our problem. Now it means one of our problems is going to be reduced as I have given myself a new one, but a fairly much more reduced issue, but that's something I'll explain later. Now, back, back together. That's better. You can see there's a distinct wing line there. I'm happy about that. Well, at least these are things I know to look for next time. Because I do have another Lanc, and indeed two B17s. All right. That's probably an adequate provision of time in which to put this back together. That solid. Okay, sir. We're solid. Now, once we've got this done, it all makes so much sense now. What was I thinking? Never mind. I guess, like I said, we can do certainly some of the masking. That's easy. We just can't do certain parts that we would otherwise do until we get the bits in place. Yeah, that makes more sense. Now, all quiet on the chatting. That was our problem. Pretty savage way to fix it, I'll grant you. But addressed. There was much rejoicing. Still have a few little issues. Yes. Oh, address is probably on. And that's much better. All right. Yeah, okay. Now I also need them in place so as I can do the final parts of the covers. Now, meantime, however, all right, I've got a plan. I have a cunning plan, sire. It ain't that cunning. Start. Would have some thicker tape than that. Are you telling me that's? Hang on. Obi Rob knows he has reserves. Yeah. I do also have this much thicker stuff, which has its place, but is a wee bit chunky for a punky in some ways. Second roll of that, in fact. Now, next. Somewhere, not over the rainbow, but over here, I believe, I have a wee bit of a stash. But masking tape. What sizes do I have? Nothing big. All of these are micro tape. Others do I spy with my little eye something beginning with T? No, I do not. All right. I have to use the chunkier bit. Not necessarily. I find that heavier tape a little bit savage, actually, occasion. But what it is, what we get, what the store can supply us with. Now, this is a it's a type of line I use that requires specific type of scissors. Okay, I'm going to be back very shortly. Just remembered something. I shall return. Alrighty, kids. Now, some of this masking's pretty easy and obvious. Uh, blue tack's also a good option at some points here too. Most notably here, obviously. And how long we been going? Feeling a bit listless. It's like better. The other hand, so I get try the I go. I would like very much to get the At least that's how I find it. Okay. Block that off. Block that off. Done that. Then while I'm going to move back, and I probably look at putting those because, and then once that's done, while they're drying, I'll give them a bit of time, obviously. I'll probably do some work on our resupply kit and paint the truck for a while. That's coming on quite nicely for me. So that done. Also, so it gets me very close getting not so much there drop where if I'm not cautious I can guarantee you paint will get I don't want paint not brown paint Habergeschblocken. Now god damn, sorry, my beard is really itchy. But we all know what is a double rat itch regardless of gender. It'll be a funny sort of story on the topic. Years ago, I was young and foolish. And we all are at one stage. Certainly young at bare minimum. I was young at. I knew a chick who wanted to go to a nightclub dressed as a. It seemed the right thing to go there for the bloke dressed as a chick. What's a man to do? You may stop laughing when you're ready. Anyway, and I went the whole box and dice shaved. And the thing I was totally unprepared for was when the a chest hair started growing back. It started getting itchy as all hell. And, it was so bad I actually kept my chest clean shaven for a while. Anyway, the truly amusing part of this story kicks in. I was playing rugby at the time and change rooms. I decided by this stage to tough it out, and I had proper chest hair again. And as I'm across the change room, one of the second rows comes in. I can see he's got short chest hair and a rash. Shave that, didn't you? He said, yeah, I did. And what's your excuse? I told him my tale. Yeah, well, my girlfriend said that she had to shave, so did I, and it seemed fair at the time. Now then. Blue tack. The putty is, in my humble opinion, fucking fantastic. Now we'll put a bit of tape on the. Now, I'll just go. Trying to do that way. Then once I got this bit, front bit done, in that same sort of a way, I'm going to put the engines on. And we're going to need to let them dry before we start twirling things around. That, but in fact, once we get them back down, once they're dry enough, we're not going to be twirling things around so much on them. So them to be a bit stable as well. So, I mean, I'm starting to feel a bit more chipper about it. Because I'm starting to see a bit of stuff happen. That's always encouraging. I find it to be so. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, obviously. That's to say, I'm correct. That's where the story is. Yeah. Just a little bit of the. Yeah, that's. I can still utilize this. Pretty soon. Yeah. Probably a little long. Address that in by. Now, you're wondering what I'm going bam about. Bam, 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 cheap, bam. Was that a global thing? I mean, I know it was pretty big here in Australia. Here's Johnny. Bam, 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 bam. Willie G in the basement go like bam. Oh, right. I've got odds and tape here. Doesn't matter. This is what we do. Purpose. Going to its home. Excuse me a very brief moment. It's a fairly small hole that an aerial will go into. Really tiny. At least it'll go. I won't have to bore it out. File. I'll plug it now. Yeah. Now, fucking now. First, Just planning a bit in advance. Put the engine on. Oh, actually, wait before I do that. Up here. Yeah. Oh, hey Tony, how you doing? I had to do some rather dramatic surgery on a couple of Lancaster engines. I discovered I'd put the wrong halves of these together, and that was why they weren't going properly onto the kit. I've had to do the grab and rip routine. It's not ideal. Certainly got the job done. Where's my trees? Actually, why don't I look at the map? Anyway, how are you doing? All right? Of course, that's it. Some trees would still be handy. Luke, this. That's the friend. Would go. Doesn't. Bam. Like that. See, that's hard. Need to get that done. It's not going to take too long to dry if I use some thin glue. Ah, so I just asked, two people have just asked the answer the same question at the same time. I've got Tony on YouTube and Cutie Guy on Twitch. Glad to see you both all right. Glad to hear that. Yes, now we're getting a bit done on our link, happily. Once this is only going to take a matter of seconds to dry sufficiently that we can put the engines back on. That's all to the good. What I'll also do. Oops, nice one, Rob. Where did the position? Well, what I will do to make sure that's nice and solid is round the outside with a bit of ultra thin. Okay. All right. Let that sit for a few. Only needs to sit for about a minute in actuality. Now, up. While we're waiting for that thin glue to dry. We'll put a few more bits of masking on. Play. Will. Oops. You made it. The little gap there, it's highly unlikely. Actually, just that. Now, next, I'll do the front of these ends. Then we're going to put those other engines back on. And there will be much rejoicing. Then we're going to need to let that dry, during which time we shall do some painting. It shouldn't take too long for them to be in a position where we can return them forth laying back to here and get on with it, which I'll be very happy about. Again, there was much rejoicing. Probably a bit chunky for a pumpkin, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, it does. That's great. Say, pretty face. No, they don't. No one's ever said that. Few other bits I do need to closely. Too excited about. A couple of bits of puttying required, but we'll get all onto that directly. Well, they're mostly very happy with how the kit's gone together. Mostly. Fucking wheels, I tell you, man. They don't glue on, you just click them into position, which would be fine if they stayed in position. Theory. Now, what I'm going to do is a second record that reasonably nicely on this. Like so. Now, this time, now that we know that we've got the right engines and everything's as it should be, so stupid for that little effort. Okay. Let's make sure we get our sides right. No. Also obvious now. Yes. This one. Right. Do it. Okay. Correct. So that will go. It all makes sense now, peeps. Let's get that achieved. Then I'm going to pop that up on the shelf for a bit to dry, as I said. Then we'll do some more work on our truck. I think of trucks, I'm irresistibly reminded. Yeah, Simpsons episode where just where they're basically it's their parody of Godfather. Bart and Simpson, Bart and Homer end up working for the mob. Yeah, basically these trucks start rocking up. You know, oh, where'd you get that? Oh, it fell off the back of a truck. Oh, where'd you get that from? From a truck. Oh, where'd you get this one? A truck. And so it escalates. Um, oh, looking much better. Getting much happier. But I understand what the issue was. Much better. Seriously. I'm sure you can make that makes but I'll hold that. I don't think I'll need to hold it for too long. Keep holding. Keep on holding on. And she's on. Now. Now. Next on the agenda. There isn't a agenda. And any ladies who are watching, and yes, in the modern era, any other ways you may choose to identify, whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever boat. Now, should be good. Is all good in the hood. What I'll probably do once that dries a bit more, so I'll back it up a bit with some ultra thin, just to make sure it's nice and stable. Rather than cross them. Yeah. and we shall hold for it based on previous experience. Almost on. Close but no cigar. Ah, cha, cha, cha. Ah, yay. Now, do I feel comfortable with the idea of moving that up? I do not. For that very reason. Yep. That I've had to rip these off. Put them back is probably not a system. But ultimately, good. So it's just this one we've got to get settled. Once it's settled, put it up to dry for a bit. Then the engine bays. There we go. That's starting to look a bit more like the deal. Lift my finger. Will she stay? Will she stay or will she go now? Oh God, horrible things. All right, that's vast improvement. Would have thought that getting him in the right bloody position would be a vast improvement. Mysteries of life, eh? Now, now, later with that. Right. There's a relief. Glad I got that sorted. It was giving me conniptions, seriously. I couldn't work out what the problem was. A lot of hard work to, well, not hard work. It's time wasted that I didn't want to waste. Fixing it up may well require a bit of putty action. Things. That's okay. We're good. Let that dry. Happy with that. And what we will do is we don't have to give it too long either. In truth, probably a little tricksy on the back there. Half an hour, and we should be able to consider putting the other bits on it. which is to say the tops of the engine bays, therefore facilitating other relevant bits of puttying, then ultimately painting. And there we have it. Now, puttying hopefully won't be that extensive. It's more around these engines. It's not that heavy, but does need to be done. Now, what I'm going to do, gentlemen, and again, ladies, etc., 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 is I'm going to take a very brief break because I'm almost out of coffee, and that's just not allowed to fly, man. That's just wrong. Wrong. Actually, in fact, I tell you, man, this morning I had to go for a blood test, and you got to fast for 12 hours, and that also includes no coffee. I wasn't well this morning. Well, that's an exaggeration, but I certainly felt better in my time. Now, to the end anyway, people. I shall be back shortly. All right, gents, I have returned. I'm just going to quick click on our end, which are left and one. Still doesn't look quite. Maybe long and the short of it. All right, now next, good people. We were doing work on this little caper, weren't we? A few things amongst them. Getting this touched up. Not much to be done on it. There's a couple of, only one real colour. Also wanted to do will actually a couple of little touches here I wouldn't mind. In fact, actually no, I'm not going to do the other parts of the class. I will do some of that and part of the there. We will do a couple of little touch-ups here. Also, areas that I'm looking for. Here's the bit I'm looking for. Now, gonna, because I don't want to get stuck too heavily into painting. I want to get back onto the lake. Like I said, I want to get the engine base fixed. The whole thing masked up. Now, and we'll start 10. Tinny, 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 10. No, that is actually what they call it. I believe Oyalata is just 10. For some reason, they've translated it to tinny tin. How the fuck? Ordinary tin, I'll never know. But it's particularly tinny tin, apparently. So there you go, things you learn. Slightly different. Yeah, there's more of a various angles it shows, but it looks slightly filthy look. Bearing in mind, I'll hit the oil as well. Do a bit harder on that. There we go. Now, I'm also going to effect, although it will require a bit of a tidy up after. Require a tidy up. Test. But anyway, there we go. That makes them look a little less clean than they might otherwise. I'll zoom you out. Now, dark grey. The front. Realise that place. Work I'm about to do require a fairly sharp brush. Too sharp. That's too sharp enough. This one. Man with no hair, I'm probably not in a position. Goldilocks reference. Anyway, mouthful of coffee time. Actually, there's like a number of mouthful of coffee time, but god damn, that's good. Hello, caffeine, my old friend. Can't help us. A dark grey first. Where are we? Dark grey? Black. No, we don't black. Ah, yes. This oscuro. Dark grey. Uh, all right. Good. Now, do little tell you what, it'll be easy for you to. Oh, here's where I am, but I don't know how well you can. appreciate was in my behaviour. Right in close to see what I'm doing. Right over. Not appreciate. A little bit more to do underneath. Oh, well. That's behaviour. Very shortly, show you exactly what I've done. Alright. So, whilst I need to do a bit of a tidy up on the top and light down a bit for you. So you can see we've now got clear foot pedals, steering column, a couple of different colours on the dash there. What I'm also going to do is the perimeter of the windows for the window seals. So there you go. There's my plan. Then with that done, I'll touch up some brown on that and that. And these I may as well as do on put wheel hubs. I may as well as do them as well. The little touches. Then we'll get back to the Lancaster. So, how do I want to do this? Maybe I won't do the brown. We'll see. We'll see. Sprue cut. There's the. Might as well get sprue cutters out. It's about to come off. That's Now, beneath me. Top. All right. Finally. Yeah, I need to let that dry all together to totally. Onto the line a bit quicker. And not there. There we go. Now, clean my brush and I'll show you exactly what I did there. Then we can get back onto the lank. Brush. So, what I did there was the very edges of the where the windscreen's going to go in. Now I do obviously need to do a couple of little tidy ups. That'll give us a look at the seal. That's the plan. Here, pop these two. All right. Is that right out? That's right. Okay. I should stand up. Oh, dearie me. Rack that back. Ding, 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 ding. Meow. Oh. All right. Now then. Now then, now then, now then. First thing. Next. Let's fix up my howling error. To say, part of this will be easy. But I might get some of this shit out of the way. That's probably a better position for me. just like so. Easy. Now, the other part also be back a bit, back in. About there we go. We'll get that. Now, before I get stuck into this, I need to briefly visit the little bald man. Actually, I'm not a little bald man. I'm lying. Let's face it, it's a bit over 6 foot, and I weigh nearly 3 pounds. So the big bald man's room, she'll say. Now, sorry, couldn't. Bad habits. Now I'll be back very shortly. First put that in. Right. Then we're going to get, I've got to manufacture this one. That'll all be good. And we'll get that done. At least I hope so. And then, yeah, we'll take it from there. All right. Back in a tick. Well, that's just how the kit comes. And you put a panel in there. As to whether or not they existed in the context of and allowed access to the engines, that I couldn't tell you. But that's how the kit comes. I find it unusual in terms of typically what Airfix have done in the past is that, yeah, you basically get the whole and you just go splatch. Possibly don't have I showed you some. Actually, I have conveniently on dropped a whole stack of shit. That I need to pick up. I can wait on it, but hang on. Here we go. Here's a good example of what Airfix have done in the past in this area. You get like, can you see? Probably. Zoom. Here we go. You'll notice the engine bays come out like that. Now, and you just then ultimately engine just go splat, and it's just that easy. As to why they have left that panel separate, I am unsure. There may be a perfectly valid reason behind it. Excuse me a moment, there's something I want to quickly check out. I'm looking for 1, 3. In fact, 4 pieces. Certainly there's 2. There may be more. There's 1. Sorry, of course, I want to pick up these pieces whilst I think too. 1. Found them all. Jolly good. And I might as well tell you, as always, when it comes to getting down to the ground, the old grey bear ain't what it used to be. But yeah, so I can't really answer your question for you. As I said, to me, it's an unusual methodology, even from the viewpoint of the building the kit. As far as it goes, it again falls into the category of you work with what you get. There you go. But I'm Ken Brockman, and that's my 2 cents worth. Ow. All right. Excuse me a very brief moment. All right. Now. How dare it be? Hang on. For some reason, I'm a bit sneezy and nose blowy today. Nose blowy? Anyway. Oh, here we go. Right. In that case, I would say it is purely a. They've done it for some reason for ease of print on the for the building, I guess, not for the building, for their manufacture. I would suggest that's the only thing I can put it down to. That would be my suggestion. Why? Now this particular one is in fact 2 pieces where it should be 1. That's because howling error. Can't go into the water details of that. Suffice to say, a mistake was made. Ooh. 148 lane could be big. Big. Push that off. There we go. Yeah, right. Now we come to a slightly tricky bit. Well, after I put the wheel back on, bloody. Now, and it's this. I lost that one. Straight out lost it. Nice big boy. Means it'll turn up somewhere in the indeterminate future, but I no longer need it. Now, fortunately, I have this old Revel. I'm pretty sure if I sand down to that line there, question then width, possibly that. First, there's a what I need to do. Zoom you in so as you can see. That back line. Now, I'm in 2 minds as to how to approach this. I initially sliced this off with a Dremel. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I have a cunning plan. I'm going to get real close to it with sprue cutters. Just hack close to the line, not onto it, close to it, and file it down. Then we're going to have a look at how wide it is. That front, I think, should fit reasonably nicely. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. Now, while that's happening, okay, oh, might want to be a week. I'm going to err on the side of caution when I do this trimming, largely on the grounds. This is a one shot only. Trimming. They got quite close. That can't get closer. That's very good. Excellent. Fortune favors the brave. Feeling brave and all about getting good. That'll do us. We're going to push Mark any further than that. Now, file. Oops. It's actually quite amazing how quickly file will memory. Gets too far and you want it nice and neat. Getting close. There we go. Now we're starting to get there. Mouthful of coffee time. Sort of. Well, yes. Goes like this. About 20 years ago, I did do some model building. Now I hasten to add, I look at some of the. I still have one or two of them around, and I got to say, oh my lord, rough as guts, rough as guts. Anyway, there was a Lancaster kit that I'd gotten a start on, and for various reasons didn't get finished. And when I restarted the hobby and soon developed a wee bit of technique, realised there was no way no one was going to want to finish that. And besides, I don't think I even had all the parts anymore. But I figured I'd just keep it around for, don't know why I wanted to keep it around. But as it turned out, it was very handy. As you can get, well, certainly for this, very handy. Um, uh, certainly serving a very useful purpose right here. Do I want to give that a go at that right size? I guess it's better to go to, have to or go iron to go a bit further than go too far. Because there is actually a nicely defining bolt rather long. Now, yeah. Um, lucky. That's all I'm saying. I feel lucky. Moment down here. Let's have a look. Please, be a good idea. Bad. Wow. Okay. So we probably right. Bad at all that. I want to go about this. Got a few things to work on here. Now I'm also going to be needing to do some puttying. That's going to happen. But I gotta say, okay, here's our piece. Now, something I can consider, perhaps making sure. Now, what I need to, I'm thinking about is one there or the wing line, one important element part. Taking it back to there. I can't actually get to the wing line. Okay. Go to there. Right. Can I, therefore, all right. Rubbing. Okay. Now, first thing I'm going to need to do there, I will need to be careful. Then, no need extensive puttying, that's fine. Comfy with that. Alright. I reckon I can actually see my line quite easily. The bolt stands out there. Got to be inside of that. Go to the final analysis hallway. Rubbing. From that angle, that might make a big difference. Alright. Now, yeah, it will make a very big difference. I'll give them more. Oh, I tell you, trickery. Now, trickery today is the Yeah. All right. Yeah. Do need indeed to trim a bit there. Where I need to trim change after that little pull. So, pencil time. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I I give everything. Although I have started to process things into categories in terms of, I mean, in some instances, the case of I've actually bought another kit because I need a part. Now, some people would say you should not getting a little carried away with yourself there, mate. Fine, they're wrong. Um, but, okay. Okay, putty will fix all. There we go. That's coming along really quite well, actually. Now it's just this line here I need to fix up. Then I'll glue that in, top it up with putty. It'll all come together nicely. Wow. I'm a bit chipper about that. I really am, man. That's, now, want to be a bit careful. But I reckon, righty, put this back in position. That one. All right. Now, this isn't going to be an exact fit, as you'd expect. Pulled that off, I'd be mightily happy. But, will expect be close enough that we can let it dry and part of it broke. Okay, we can fix that and all. Then putty it. One came off, but that's okay. I reckon where it broke off. Jesus. Because what'll happen Let's try it with tweezers, shall we? That was funny. Roughly. There. Right. Bit lower side. Ooh. But you can also see this piece that even, it doesn't necessarily even have to go. But I can still utilize that to position. Where we'll go now. What I think the only issue I'm going to have. All right, so perhaps just out there. And then and I think we can glue that in. Yeah, then I'm going to need to yeah, the corner, but that's okay. I'm going to lift the bottom of this side out. Yeah. Bit of prop. Not bad. Yeah, yeah, broke. It's okay. I'm not entirely unhappy with how that's fit. Quite. Bad. Now, I'm going to keep you in suspense on that one. Fair bit I want to get on to with that. I've got a lot of other things I wish to attend today. Now I might fix all that up off camera and then just we can get masking tomorrow. But made some good progress. Get up and move back suddenly. Very happy with the progress we made today. Looking more like a Lancaster, but I thought. All right. Now, that said, give me a moment. Light out. Alrighty, that's me done for today. I will either finish it off camera or I'll get it stuck into it tomorrow. I will probably need to get stuck into it tomorrow, but it won't take too long now. That's good. Might see, depending on how I go for time today, I might see if I can stuff done off camera, so that we can start straight into masking tomorrow. No, but that's okay. No, that'll work. Because what I've got. Hang on a moment. I'll quickly show you. Um, Here we go. Now, it's not a disastrous loss. I've still got to shallow out underneath there and get that to fit a little more nicely. Because if I go that, what you'll notice is that the doesn't quite fit nicely. Close, real close, but not quite yet. So, however, like so if I just hollow out the bottom a bit more so that it sits a little more snugly, so that it doesn't create the lines. I've still got that piece of plastic somewhere around here. I'll track it down. Either way, here it is. I'll just pop that to there. Actually, no, I will not pop that to there. I'll pop that in my blue box of bits. And what I'll do is I could even, instead of popping it actually in the far corner away from where it actually is, because what it'll do in effect is create a area, a bit of more solid of area where we can just put putty in the areas where there's space. That'll all come together. So it's not a biggie in that regard. Overall, I think that part's going to work, and it's coming together quite well. So yeah, that's crooked. Dear, 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 oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, that's the state of play with that one. I don't think it's going to be a. Yeah, it's real close. And it's going to take a bit of time. I'd estimate there's probably a good half an hour's work on it to get it to look really good. I will putty that up. Once I've got it sanded down and in position, I'll putty that up when I do every other bit of puttying. And I'm sure you get the drill, man. But overall, it's a pretty good fit. I'm pretty pleased, pretty lucky. And yeah, feeling a bit chipper because now I think it's starting to look a bit more like a lank. I reckon I can get this done in the next. Nah, it won't be a week. Next fortnight. That would be kind of cool. So there we go. All right. Again, that's me done. It's time for my usual wind-up spiel. For any first-time viewers, do hit that magic button of follow, like, or subscribe. Wish to track me down on other platforms. I am Rob the Builder on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Discord, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. Follow, like, or subscribe. We all know the drill, people. Now, today being it's Monday here in Australia. I will be back tomorrow. Actually, wait, tomorrow. No, I won't. Well, wait. No, I probably won't actually, because my mum booked an appointment that I've got to take her to, and that's at an hour. That's other bits tomorrow. Maybe a bit tricksy. So I won't be back tomorrow. I will be back for by Wednesday. Now that possibly means that I may actually even have the bit in place for the Lancaster, and then we'll be able to get on to other stuff. we'll see how that plays out. But also I'll be back Wednesday. And we'll get stuck into things. So yeah, back then, same kit time, same kit channel, and I'll catch you then, guys.